What up, fam? This your boy Sly Jones, and you tuned into the Get Down Live. And you know when I roll out, I roll with the ladies of the night. What is up, Livy E?
What's up? What's up? Aww.
Got that girl Essence Love over there. What's up, Essence Love?
Hey, lovers.
And
It's hot tonight.
Going down. It is going down. Now, we got a tight talk about on the Get Down Live. Y'all ready to get in this thing?
We are.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, check it out. So we finna get into this transgender thing. You know what I mean? It's okay. So the topic of the day. All right. What does it mean? Well, what does it really mean to live your truth? Right now, Dwyane Wade. Right.
Yep.
Dwyane Wade, his son. I think he's 10 or 12.
He's 12. Yeah.
Now he wants to identify as a woman, as a girl.
Zaya.
Okay. Now, as living his truth, right? Okay, I have no problems with what they're doing. That's their business. You know, you live how you want to live. But now, as living your truth, and I don't have any problem with the LGBTQ plus
Absolutely
community.
It's all love, y'all.
Yes, all love. Now, if you're living your truth, isn't his truth that should they tell him that you will probably be gay, which is fine. I mean that's you. You know what I'm saying? You'll be gay, but you are a boy, and you'll never be a woman. You can never have a child, and you can't do the things that girls can do. Now you probably can. Let's say if you want to be a cheerleader, yes. If you wanted to play WNBA basketball, no. If you want to be MMA woman's fighter, no. You can't do any of the things that the women do. So what part is really living the truth? I mean, because I think the truth is, he's probably going to be gay.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying he's too young to even know.
Right.
And they're saying don't have the surgery right off because at 16, he might change his mind, which I hear that too, but I hear what Dwyane Wade and his wife is saying as well. There was something different about him. So, he always felt as if he was a girl.
That feminine energy.
And it could be. I'm not in his shoes, or his or her shoes, so I don't really know. But in living your truth, I mean, shouldn't you be told the truth, right? So, Essence, what do you think?
I believe that when you're that young, you might feel very strongly on things. I just don't think that he should get the surgery right away as well. And I believe that it's for the parents, it's up to every individual to carry out what they feel is best for their children, right? Because that is their truth, right? And I believe that when you're that young, you're still discovering who you are.
Right.
Now, he is living his truth because he's being true to who he is right now. And all that matters is right now. Like, we don't live for tomorrow. We live for today, right? So right now, at this very present moment, you have to support who he say he is. This is who he say he wants to be. Now, you can have parents who say, well, no, you're not going to be like this.
Right.
That's not fair.
Right. That's not fair. Yeah.
That's not fair.
You're not living it.
You're not living it.
Right.
So everybody has to live their own truth, period. We all have different personalities. We all like different things. And that's what is living your truth, right?
Okay.
But then also, too, if you're living your truth, too, look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly like younger women.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But then in certain countries, that's acceptable.
Yeah. Well, that's the question to raise. If he's 12, so why is he worrying about sexual preference? And should adults change his sexual preference at 12? If R. Kelly can't, if you're called a pedophile, having sex with somebody that's 12, you shouldn't be messing with their genitals, period.
Absolutely.
Well,
I agree.
I agree to a certain extent, but I'm the type of person I only live for today. And if, and I know that things can change for him, but if he's so uptight as into this is what I want to do, whether you support him or don't, he can still get it done.
Yeah.
Well, don't the parents know? The parents have to approve.
Yeah, not at 12. And plus, he don't have that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And he's on his dad's insurance or his mom's insurance.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's like cosmetic type of
that's
surgery.
Cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, you can go to Canada. You can go different places.
But he's 12. He don't know how to get there.
Right. It is people that are underage gets them all the time.
I mean, that's true. I guess if there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way. There's a will. There is a way.
He has parents
more than
that have
likely,
money.
More than likely, it would be later down the line.
Yeah.
When he knows. But I mean, he would be a gay man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, you're gay. Okay.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do that. I would wait until he, once he decides if that's what he wants to do on his own, once he gets to a certain age, then.
Yeah. Livy, what do you think?
I mean, for me, I'm still adjusting to this new world and to this new. I mean, I don't want to say it's a new world. It's always been around, but again, I definitely think he's too young. I do think he's too young to be switching body parts. I feel like that is pretty much a cosmetic surgery. Like if I had a 12-year-old who didn't like her nose and she wanted to go get her nose done, I'll be like, nope, you could figure that out when you turn 18.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you want to do, you could do that. But right now, you got to learn to live with it. Love yourself for who you are.
It's kind of like getting a boob job, right?
It's like a boob. Yeah, trying to get a boob job at 12 years old. I think it's completely unacceptable. Even though we have surgeries at our fingertips and now it's glorified online everywhere. So, but I feel like he's still developing. I think it's good that he's speaking out and living his truth, but I think that's the difference between the transgendered and just being gay. Like gay men, I guess they can stay a man and still be masculine and just like men. But transgender, they feel like they're trapped in some another person's body. So I think they just want to, be able to look in the mirror and see what they think they are inside, which, I mean.
And I know that's very hard because just imagine if we were trapped in something to where we didn't, where we wouldn't want.
Exactly.
How would we want people to take us? How serious would you want someone to say, you know what, you can't be a Christian anymore.
Yeah.
You have to be atheist.
Right.
Like, how would that make you feel? So
I can see that brings in the whole thing of our souls recycled.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you just might have, but God, from what we were taught, God to make mistakes.
And that's why it's a little tricky. So.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Now, with that said, what we just said, okay, you say living is true, right? I say, I mean, he's living who he wants to be.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the truth, but it's who he wants to be, and that's fine. If you want to be a female, then okay, you know what I'm saying, or a gay man, okay, or a gay boy, okay. Now, there's a lady by the name of Rachel Dolezal, right? Now, this lady wants to be black, but she's Snow White, but she tans herself as black. Okay, what's the problem with that? If a man wants to be a woman, and she wants to be black, and she identifies as black, but she's white. She was the head of the NAACP, right? They all thought she was black. She's not. What's wrong with that? She was doing the right things in the NAACP for the black community. So what's wrong with that?
I feel that it's living your truth, and your truth is only your truth. Like if I say I like chicken, that's my truth. I like chicken.
But hers ain't true. It's not true.
But it's her. That's why you say living your.
It's who she want to be.
I think the issue with the Zion, I don't know if that's his name, Zaya or
Zaya.
Is his age. The fact that he's trying to change his body parts at such a young age.
Yeah.
I think that's the main issue.
What would he know about that?
And I feel like that's, like you said, I don't think he should even be worried about his body parts. That's something that people don't see, right? Like you shouldn't be exposing it. You shouldn't be using it for anything right now except for using the bathroom. So if you want to wear a dress, if you want to have long hair, if you want to get your nails done, that's the stuff that you visually see constantly. But your body parts, I feel like trying to change that, like that's doing too much. You're not having kids right now.
Right.
I mean, if you're already trying to be stimulated and feel. But regardless, like I don't know. It's a little.
And don't forget, this is Dwyane Wade's son. So if he grows to be 6'6", okay, then what they gonna do? You know, they gonna cut off some of his bones so he can be shorter.
So he could look more. Who knows?
I mean, that's
what people are doing. People do like reconstruct themselves and everything. The men are doing that.
But I think still is living your.
He can live his truth, but changing your body parts, I think no. Yeah, I think period.
But that's the thing that we have to understand when we make that statement. When we say, "Oh, living your truth," we have to understand that. What is the root word? Is your. So your truth is not defined by your truth and what we think and what we feel.
But is it true?
But it's their truth. It's not about is it true, because your truth is not true to nobody else but yourself. So he's living his truth. That's his truth.
That is.
Now, of course, it's two different things.
Medically, right? And his body hasn't developed. Right, he shouldn't be chopping anything off yet.
But aside from all of that, what we think, that's what we think. Again, it's back to living your. The key word is your. Is not living our truth. These are our opinions. These are our truth. These are all things. But just because we have the truth, guess what? It's somebody else out in the world that has their own truth. So when we say living your truth is your truth. That's his
truth. But I feel like he's still a kid, and kids can't just think for themselves.
Right. They can't.
Period. Right. Point blank. So I mean, we know that these kids are very advanced, but not to the level where he can say, "I'm cutting off my genitals." Period.
Right. I totally
think
agree.
that's doing way too much.
Yeah.
And
I think so too.
Our kids are wise, but I think we have to take a handle on things and snap out of it. And I mean, these celebrities, they have these kids who are out there and want to have these big personalities and things like that. And I love the message that he brought out speaking his truth. But you are a child at the end of the day. You're not making major decisions like that with cutting your body parts. That's medical issues. Right. That's adding on different things.
Because what if he don't make it from that?
If he could not make it, he could not wake up from surgery.
Exactly.
So certain things like that, I think that's way too advanced for him to be. You know, like as a parent, you have to put your foot down at some level.
Yeah,
I still feel like he's living his truth.
My thing is but it's not true.
But
it's not. It's fake.
But it's not
fake.
But
he's a boy.
But you can't. But even though it's fake, we can't call it that.
It's who he wants to be. It's not who he is.
But it's still his truth.
But it's not true.
It's his truth currently, I guess, but it can switch. And we have to know that kids switch up all the time.
Right.
Like, I wanted to be a freaking dancer my whole life. Then I wanted to be a nurse.
Yep.
And then I wanted to start acting.
Right.
And so we go through so many transitions. So to give this little boy, to let him and just say, oh, I'm supporting him. And then if he regrets it, like, I feel like my parents should have, did certain things that back in the day. But I feel like if he looks back on his life and be like, Dad, why didn't you guys stop me?
Why did you
just say yeah to
as
me
a parent,
just to do that? Like,
as a parent, you have to train up a child, right? He still can live his truth, but there are certain things that as a parent you have to say no to. But this is the thing. But hold on. But I'm about to tell you. Hold on. So you have to understand. There's two things. You have your truth, what you think is true.
Not
right?
think. That's a fact.
But no. But see, that's our problem. We can't. But then what about somebody else has a different one? No, it's your truth.
Truth is the truth.
Everyone could have their own truth. But,
everybody.
I mean,
what I'm saying. What I'm saying
that's
is
the whole point.
Okay,
we all have our own.
Okay, I think we can all agree to this.
You believe in who? Do you believe in God?
Yeah, but I'm not talking
then
about
there's
that.
another person that believes in.
I'm talking about physicality. That's a boy,
we
right?
We know that.
Okay, that's a boy.
We know.
He will never be a female.
Period.
Can we agree on that?
Look,
definitely. We agree on that 1,000%.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
We agree with that 1,000%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. But no, what I'm saying is, when you say living his truth, that is his truth. We know that that's not the truth. We know that. That's not our truth. But guess what? It's somebody else's truth.
It's who he wants to be.
But it's still his truth.
He's living his true life, yes.
That is still his truth. And no matter how you look at it, he is still living his truth for himself.
Well, let me ask you this. He's living his truth, right?
Yeah, his truth.
And let's say he has a sex change, and he's Zaya. He gets with a guy, right? So now that makes him a gay man, right? He gets with a guy. 6 months down the line, that guy is straight, and he tells him, I used to be a boy. And that guy ain't with that. Is it true, or was he living a lie?
It's still his truth, no matter
But
what.
he was living a lie.
But listen. It doesn't matter. In the
yeah, it
no,
does.
it doesn't. When you are living your truth, you are living your truth. No matter if you get hurt, no matter what the consequences are, you're still living your truth. Now, that's not to say that's not to say that it's right. That's not to say that we view it as right, because I don't view it as right. Him getting a sex change at the age of what, 12?
12.
No, that's not. No, I wouldn't let that happen to my son or daughter.
Well, then
right?
he's already living his truth, because he's
living.
Out,
that's what I mean.
Fine.
That's it. He's living
his truth. He says he's a girl at heart, and we'll listen to that for that moment. Yeah, and we'll see what happens.
But I definitely don't agree with him getting any type of surgeries done. He don't even know.
I'm sorry. D Wade. I'm gonna leave that up to him and God, and they can all figure that out.
My thing is. I'll ask this a second. My thing is okay. I'm looking at the truth, because somebody's gonna have to break it, because he's a child. Somebody's gonna have to break it. He's gonna he might come in and say, Dad, I want to be a female track star.
Mm-hmm.
Like, son, you can't. It's like, well, or daughter, you can't. Yeah. He's like, well, why not? I'm a woman.
Yeah.
He's like,
he's
gonna have to tell him, no,
his parents
you're
are gonna have to talk to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
that's
the truth.
Of course, but we agree that they gotta talk to him. Yeah. We agree with that. But that's different from, like I said, him living his truth. He's telling you how he feels right now. Yeah, that's his truth.
That's what I believe. But that's what I'm saying. But I don't say. Huh? I guess they could say truth. I'm saying he's living on who he wants to be, because
who he wants to be, true facts.
If you want to be white,
okay. So, what's living your truth for yourself, Sly?
I mean, for me, living my truth, I am who I am. I know I'm a male. I mean, it depends. It depends on. You sure? I guess it depends.
No, we're not going to talk about. Let's just
5
talk
kids
about
later,
us personally. So,
positive.
What do you think living your truth is?
I mean, living my truth. I mean. I'm a black male, that struggles. I mean,
what are some of your struggles?
Money. That's
You're
it.
damn right. Look, that's problem.
Yeah,
but why do you feel that is money, and what have you done, or what are you doing to change that barriers?
Everybody. I know, right? Most of our stories are the same. Young black boy.
What are you doing to change that?
Young black boy from the hood, no father figure. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Okay.
Drugs, not smoking it or doing it, selling it, you know what I'm saying? But switching it over to make a better life.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess my truth would be, I like women, I guess. But it's like, I want to be Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So can I just flip over and be Will Smith? Everybody call me Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? I'm Will Smith now. I mean, can I do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, because there's people like
but it's chapter 38.
Like Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa, the baseball player.
He changed his skin.
He wanted to be white. He dyed his eyes blue. But it's like, no, you're never gonna be white. You're black. Not only, I think he's Cuban, right?
Hold on, please stop for just one moment. You said you want to be Will Smith?
Yeah, I want to be
like
Will
you want
to
look like him and be him,
no, I don't. Or you want to look like him. I just want to have his money,
like his lifestyle.
Okay, but that's two totally different things. Well, when you say you want to be him, that's like I want to look like him.
Tomorrow I want to be Will Smith.
He want to be Will Smith.
Exactly. And then the next day I want to be Chris Brown.
There you go.
No, but do you want to look like them too? Or are you trying to say that you want to change your not really or really? I mean, come on, I talk straight up. Yes,
I don't want to change nothing. No, I think
you just want the money.
Yeah, I just want the money. I think.
Okay, well, maybe next time you should say it, because I'm thinking like you want to look like him. You gonna change your skin color?
I just want the money. I'm just living my truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. I want a lot of people's money. I want Oprah, but I don't want Gail's. And I was playing.
Love, what's living your truth for you?
Living my truth for me is just speaking from my heart and not having to suffocate my words. I find that when you suffocate your words, you don't help anyone. It's people that let people walk over them, or it's people that accept certain things like, this is what it is. You can either accept it or you can reject it or whatever, but this is who I am. And I think a lot of times in life we allow, and a lot of people allow people to diminish them in so many ways, so many shapes, forms, and fashion. I'm like, no, you are a God. And the Bible said, don't you know that you are God's? So if you are God, you don't let anyone subject you to anything that's belittling of you. Now, yes, definitely at times we, played the fool for so many different things. But at that same time, like, I still was in control of that. That's just what I had wanted. So you still didn't get me because I was giving it. A lot of people think, oh, because I'm such a giver that, oh, I can get this, I can get it. No, you can't get nothing from me because I'm the one that gave it to you.
Right.
I knew what I was doing. So what I don't like in life and what I do like in life is I like to be me, and I'm a giver, period. I like to give love. I like to give kisses. I'm very, very romantic. I love love. I love the thought of being in love, falling in love, giving love, experiencing love. I love everything that love has to do with it. And I inject that into the people who I know, the people who I don't know, the people who I'm with, the people who I ain't with no more, the people I'm going to make love to. Life is love. That's it. Once we get the understanding of life and we get the understanding of love, that's it.
Yeah. Livy, what's your truth?
My truth is... My truth is, I feel like I'm still growing with my truth. I feel like I'm still becoming the woman that I want to be, or that I aspire to be.
And that is?
Strong. I feel like, so being the youngest, I'm the youngest of 4. I feel like I've always been like, okay, no problem, or I can do that, or someone's talking at me and I'm just, trying to be cool and be respectful. It's very big, like being Nigerian, respecting your elders. So that's something that I've kind of always carried with me. And I think even in my adult life, I'm like that. So sometimes I might be a little passive on certain things, or I might let certain things slide. And
slide.
Yeah, let it slide.
So something I'm working on is speaking up more, because sometimes I might just try to keep the peace and not say too much. So just being more outspoken, and also letting people know I have this nice voice here and there. And some people are like, oh, she's a baby. Oh, and it's like, no, I'm a grown ass woman. So
that part. I love it. I love
it. So even in the workplace, that's something I struggle with too. Like, letting people know, like, I'm here, I'm in this place. You can't try to play me, period. And so that's something that I feel like that's living my truth, because I feel like that's who I am inside. But it might be this little soft, nice, gentle person on the outside. I think living your truth is really being at peace with who you are, with who you do see in the mirror, and like how you treat people. I think living your truth is liking your character, liking who you're becoming, how you treat people. So I think even working on that, making sure that I leave people feeling good when I speak to them, or when I have an experience with them.
Come on, girl.
I think, living your truth is really being at peace with yourself. And I think it takes some time to get to that moment in life. And definitely. If you are there, I think it's a beautiful thing. Like Essence, I feel like you're there, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I think you guys all are there. So I feel like we're all, or for me, I think it's being in that moment where you're at peace and you just love just how you are in your character.
Yeah. And we're, even though we're there, it's steady, just growing as well. I find out things about me every day. I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't know I can do that. I know I can just,
Yeah, knowing your strengths.
Just knowing your strengths. But I think it's a constant thing. As long as we're living here on this earth, there are things that we learn and grow from every day, every single day. It's things that people bring out in you every day. So even though, we're at peace, but we're still growing and finding more peace.
Well, let me clarify. Just so, everybody knows what we talking about. So with Dwyane Wade's son, Livy, you're saying, do what you do, but you think he's too young to have genital surgery. I'm saying the same thing. And
I totally agree.
And and you agree with that as well. And all I'm saying is, I think, and they probably already had this talk with him. I don't know. I'm not in the house. And they probably told him, understand, you are a boy,
Mm-hmm.
you will have God-given talents as a boy or as a male.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wait, woo, we like them talents
you know
too.
what I'm saying? he won't be able to use some of them, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But just so people understand this, we're not attacking the LGBTQ plus community. Not at all. It's like, you know, you live how you want to live. Nobody should tell you any different.
Definitely.
If this is because if like I like chocolate and the person next to me don't like chocolate, I don't care that you don't like chocolate because I like it, so I'm going to eat it.
That's their truth.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being who I want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that person could say, you know, you eat too much of that, that's going to kill you. Like,
yeah.
No, it won't, but that's not true because yes, it will. You know, so okay, so we're all in agreement. You know, you know,
but you still gonna eat that chocolate, right?
Still gonna eat that chocolate.
You still gonna eat that chocolate.
I might
you might lean up a little bit, but guess what? You still might eat that chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, I'm being, you know, who I want to be.
Definitely.
But I got a question for you, ladies, real quick.
Let's roll it.
Now, let me ask you, because guys do it too, but women do it more, and we'll get the short answers on these. But how old is too old to hold grudges? Because y'all hold grudges like it ain't no tomorrow.
Well, you see, I'm just a whole different caliber of a woman. I mean, I am. I'm finding it out every day. I'm living my truth.
Right.
Is that your truth?
That is. Okay. I am really a different caliber of a woman. I get it every day. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't hold grudges. I get rid of you. Like, so to me, you don't exist.
How old were you when you stopped holding grudges? Because I know you had to do it in the beginning.
Holding grudges?
Yeah.
I don't hold grudges.
Never?
I don't do that. To me, you're out of my life. That's it.
But can they come back?
9 times out of 10? No. Now, I had one that came back. No, it's not a grudge. So what way is somebody going to hold a grudge against you, right? That's if they did something to you, right? Right? Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be true. What way are you going to hold a grudge against someone? If they did something to you that offended you, no, you're not going to hold a grudge against someone just because they don't like you. I mean, because you don't like them. You got to get somebody gives you a reason not to like them, period. If they can just look cute, right? But you still not like them, but that's a grudge. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody does something to you that you don't like, if somebody does something to me that I don't like, that I don't approve of, I'm not going to just hold a grudge. I'm just going to be like, all right, you did that. Bye. And guess what? I still love you. If I see you in the street and you need help, I'm there. I just don't have to deal with you. But it's not holding a grudge.
I don't know about that because
I do.
I'll hold a grudge.
But that's you. I'm telling you, me, I don't hold grudges.
So if you was in slavery, you wouldn't hold a grudge against any of them white people.
You said if I was in slavery, I'm in slavery every day.
Okay.
Wake up, wake up and I'm in slavery every day.
I ain't gonna lie.
Minimum wage and whatever else they got it good. And the rich get rich. And
you steal my money.
If you steal my money, I'm cutting you.
Okay, so she just gonna kill you.
I mean, I keep my pocket knife. I mean, you steal my money, that's on a whole different level.
Livy?
I try to have peace in my heart. I don't hold grudges, but I'm a little like Essence. I kind of just cut you off. I feel like if we have an issue, but I'm also learning that you have to give people second chances. So if the person comes along, well, I'm thinking more so friendships, relationships. I don't know. I feel like I'm very like kind of zero tolerance, like no nonsense.
Cutthroat.
Yeah. But friendships, I feel like if something happened, depending on what it is, we can probably work through it or give you a second chance. But I don't hold grudges because I feel like when you hold grudges, it wears on you. Like,
because you gotta hold on to it.
Like it's their added space in your brain, and they're like, you know what I mean, weighing you down. So I think that's just negative energy that you don't need. So I kind of just try to cut it off, and that might not be the best way to handle things, but
I think people get it confused. Holding a grudge doesn't mean that you hate someone. I have people that I know that has done things to me, right? I still talk to them.
Yeah,
I
like
still talk to them.
You wish them well.
And when I say cut them off, I'm just be like, you do you, right?
Yes.
But if something happens to where I have to have a conversation with them because we're in the same circle, hey, how you doing? If you're going through something, you need prayer, you whatever, I'm here. I just don't have to deal with you a certain way. I deal with you accordingly. Period. But it doesn't mean that I'm holding a grudge against you. I don't hate you. I got your back. But guess what? sometimes everybody is not meant to be in your life at the same time. Some people come for a season, some people come for a lifetime. It's up to you to decide which one it is.
Yeah, well,
Sly likes to hold grudges though.
No, I don't hold grudges. I mean, only you got to do something foul to me for me to hold grudge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm good.
It's all love.
Yeah, it's all love.
Yeah.
All love.
Hey, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
But I'm a fighter too in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a freak in the
Hey,
bed.
there you go. There you go.
You know we had to
I like
end it
to
on
fight.
that.
Beat me, daddy. Now.
Well, check it out, man. You check
Try
it
me,
out.
spank me, pull my hair.
We're going to spank her, boy. We're going to spank her. We're going to pull her
Spank,
ass.
make sure it's
And
hard.
She's like, don't touch my dude. Don't touch my dude.
Yeah, you can't
check
touch
it.
my hair. You're going to have to get that done. How much is that? 125.
Hey, well, check it, man. I'm your man, Sly
$9.99.
Jones. You tune into the Get Down Live. It's going down. We are putting it down, man.
Down.
For my
All
girl,
day.
Livy E over there.
Yes,
Any
yes.
closing?
I love y'all.
That's love over there.
Lovers. We're getting fighting tonight.
Hey, it's going down, man. I'm telling you. Hey, it's your boy Sly Jones. You tune into the Get Down Live. We catch you next week, baby.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.